Ladies and gentlemen, you may now be seated.
Good evening. My name is Melvin Dollar, and I am the proud principal of Tar River Academy. I stand before you to ask for your cooperation at tonight's program. Parents, guardians, other relatives, and friends, your graduates have reached a major milestone in their lives. And this ceremony this evening is representation of their great accomplishment, and therefore, it is the expectation of Nash County Public Schools Board of Education, our superintendent, and faculty and staff of Tar River Academy to have a graduation ceremony that is carried out with dignity and formality. Because so much time and effort has been invested by so many of you to reach this major event, we feel that we owe you a dignified ceremony. To do this, we insist on having your help and cooperation. I humbly and sincerely ask that you refrain from clapping, cheering, shouting, calling out names, standing, or whistling during the ceremony when names are called. If you decide to do any of these actions, you will be escorted out of the building and off the premises by a faculty member or one of the sworn officers standing on the floor. There will be no questions asked, as we will take a strong stance on this matter. Distracting behaviors, like the ones I mentioned, causes other parents to not hear their child's name when it is called. Each parent deserves the right to hear their child's name without interruptions or distracting comments. With this being said, we simply want to provide everyone in attendance with the best graduation ceremony possible. It is our promise, and it is my promise to everyone, that there will be a designated time at the end of the ceremony when you may celebrate and cheer. Now, we will have our welcome and recognition of distinguished guests by Naeja Mitchell, followed by the reflection by Tamari Smith, An introduction of our guest speaker by Lindsay Baez, followed by the speaker of the evening.
Good evening, students, parents, and distinguished guests. We are gathered here today to celebrate and validate the graduation ceremony of Tar River Academy, Class of 2025. On behalf of administrations, teachers, staff, and the Class of 2025, I would like to welcome you to Tar River Academy's graduation ceremony. This evening, we would like to take a moment to recognize our distinguished guests who have taken the time in their schedule to celebrate with the Class of 2025. When I call your name, please stand and be recognized. Will all Nash County Public School Board of Education members please stand and be recognized? Will Dr. Steve Ellis and members of the Superintendent's Cabinet please stand and be recognized? Will all Nash County Public Schools Central Office staff please stand and be recognized? Will all Nash County Public Schools school administrators please stand and be recognized? Will all communities in school members please stand and be recognized? Any other esteemed guests, please stand. Thank you. Now, Tamara Smith will present the student reflection, and Lindsay Baez will introduce the commencement speaker for the evening.
As I reflect on my time at Tar River Academy, I realize how much I have grown both academically and personally. This institution has provided me with a nurturing environment where I can explore my interests and develop my skills. The supportive teachers and staff have always encouraged me to push my boundaries and strive for excellence. One of the most significant aspects of my experience has been my friendships that I have formed here. Collaborating with my peers on ideas and participating in ideas has taught me the value of teamwork and communication. These relationships have not only enriched my school life, but have also helped me build a stronger support system that I will carry with me beyond graduation. Academically, I have faced challenges that I have tested to my resilience. However, overcoming these obstacles have instilled me with a sense of determination and belief in my abilities. I have learned to embrace my failure as a stepping stone to success, and this mindset will undoubtedly serve me well in the future. In conclusion, my time at Tar River has been transformative, and I am grateful for the experience and lessons that have shaped me into the person I am today. As I look ahead, I carry with me the knowledge, friendship, and values that will guide me with my next chapter. And to my fellow classmates, I leave you with this. Believe in yourself when doubt creeps in. You are capable of amazing things, and your potential is limitless. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Today's speaker is someone who knows a thing or two about chasing dreams and helping others do the same. Ron Green is the CEO of the Boys and Girls Club of Tar River Region. He has been changing lives and building futures for young people over 26 years. He grew up in Mississippi, where he was a standout three-sport athlete who went on to play professional baseball with the Chicago Cubs organization after college at Stanford University. But his story didn't stop there. Mr. Green is also a certified professional and executive coach, a nonprofit leader, and the founder of Greenway Consultants. He holds certificates from Harvard, Duke, Clemson, Michigan, and even a certification in gamification from the University of Pennsylvania. If learning was a sport, he'd be an all-star. He's married to the amazing working moms coach, Robbie Green, and together they're the proud parents of two NCNT Aggies alumni, Channing and Landon. He's a proud member of the best fraternity known to man, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. And just so you know, Mr. Green is also the self-proclaimed best Connect Four player this side of the Mississippi. Although I haven't challenged him yet, we'll take his word for it. Please join me in welcoming someone who lives with purpose, leads with passion, and believes in preparing the next generation to achieve in life. The game changer himself, Mr. Ron Green.
I know Mr. Farrell liked that at the best fraternity in the world. I know they like that. Yeah, I heard the comments. You know, Dr. Ballard. You're in the right fraternity. So first of all, I just want to say what an honor it is to be here today, and I'm going to say good evening to the graduates, the families of the graduates, the faculty, and all friends that are here. Today is not just a celebration of the finish line. It is a salute to the route that you have taken to get here. Now, I want to pause for a moment and highlight and put the emphasis on the word alternative. See, some people will hear it and think that the reason you took the alternative route via alternative school was because your plan A didn't work. But this is how I look at it. I look at it as you're taking plan B, or even for some plan C, as an invitation to grow. Some would even say that your route was the lesser option, but you and I both know better. Alternative doesn't mean inadequate, it means intentional. It means having the courage to take a different road when the usual or conventional one didn't work. It means rerouting, but never retreating. So let me explain what I mean. See, a little while back, my wife and I was going up to Upper Marlboro, Maryland to visit one of our cousins, and we set the GPS route, and we were going up, and y'all know if you ever hit I-95, you're going to expect some traffic. But everything was going smooth, and as usual, we hit a little traffic here and there on I-95, but also as usual, my wife said, I got to use the bathroom. And I was like, okay. But see, me calculating the time, because I had an event earlier that day, I calculated the time that if we hit the road at a certain time and added in all the different breaks that we might have to take because my wife has to go use the bathroom, I knew that we would still get there on time. But when she saw a sign, she said, I want to take this exit, and it says 0.7 miles to the nearest gas station. So I was like, that's cool. We get off 0.7 miles and get right back on and get back on 95 and keep rolling. Well, when we hit it and we got to 0.7 miles, there was no gas station. So I said, well, we keep riding a little bit more. You know, in my mind, I wanted to say, let's turn around and just go back, but I knew my wife had to use the bathroom. So as a smart man, we keep rolling because we got to find that bathroom. After we hit 0.7 miles and we kept going, there was no gas station. There was no convenience store. There was no fast food restaurant. All I saw was trees and a few houses. And the GPS kept saying rerouting. It kept saying rerouting, but as we kept driving and we saw these signs that says beware of sharp curves, narrow roads ahead, dangerous intersections. And it was getting late, the sun was going down, and we were surrounded by woods, and for a moment I thought, where is this thing taking us? But as a smart husband, I really didn't say too much. I just said, we'll keep going. But then the GPS recalculated again and eventually got us to our destination. We arrived not on the original timeline, but and not through the original plan, but guess what? We still got there. Some of us in here, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because maybe life threw you off course. Maybe school didn't go the way you hoped. And maybe you had to reroute more than once. But today, you're sitting here in your cap and gowns, proving to the world that the alternative route is still a path to greatness. And now, as you move forward from the Tar River Academy, I want to equip you with a simple strategy for life. It is based upon a simple childhood game that I want you to see that this can be your strategic plan for your life. So y'all gonna have to do me a favor. All my graduates, you're gonna have to stand up just for a second. Just stand up right where you are. Now, how many of y'all ever played rock, paper, scissors? Raise your hand if you played it before. All right, let your hands down. Raise your hand if you're the best. Okay, we got some of them in here. So what I want you to do is turn to the person next to you, and that's going to be your partner. Now, we're in a school setting, so we don't say rock, paper, scissors, shoot. We say rock, paper, scissors, get it. All right? Now, the rock beats the what? The scissors. The scissors beat the what? And the paper beats the... All right. So on the count of three, you're going to do it. I'm going to see who wins. On the count of three, play with your next partner. 1, 2, 3. All right, who won? Raise your hand if you won. All right, now you know. So now I want you to stand there just for a second because I'm going to explain something to you. I want you to take those three things, that metaphor, those rock, paper, and scissors, and this is what I want you to think about. The rock. All of us need somebody that's going to be solid, unchanging, and that will hold us down. It may be somebody in your family. It may be somebody sitting beside you. But you need to have that person that's going to be there for you, that's going to be constant, going to be consistent, that's not going to switch up on you, right? That's going to hold you down in life. You need that person. The paper. The paper represents that your story is still unwritten. This is just another chapter. This is the end of one chapter and the beginning of the next. But one thing I want you to do, I want you to remember this always. Keep writing your story, but also keep sharpening your pencil. The last one, and which I think is my favorite out of all, the scissors. You see, there's some people, some places, and things that you need to cut out of your life if you're going to reach your dreams, goals, and aspirations. If they mean you no good, cut them out. If it means you no good, cut it out. You see, a climber that's climbing and that's pulling somebody up on a rope, it's easier for them to climb if they cut the rope. Some people are dragging you down. Cut them out. So remember that. So I want you to think about this for a second. The rock. Who is that person that is holding you down? The paper. What are you writing next? The scissors. What are you willing to cut away so that you can reach your dreams, your vision, and your life purposes? Play it right and you will win. Not just the game, but in life. So class of 2025, I want you to remember this. Life may not always go as planned. You may take exits that you didn't expect. You may find yourself on roads that seem narrow, lonely, or unclear. But if you stay focused, stay hungry, and trust your will to win, you will still reach your destination. And on that note, I'm going to leave you with a poem that I share with those who are standing on the edge of their next chapter because it captures the fire, the fight, and the focus that you need from this day forward. So I want you to think about this. I want you to look me in my eyes right here. If there's a thing that you want bad enough, you got to go out and fight for it. Work day and night for it. Give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it. If all that you dream and scheme is about it and life seems useless and worthless without it, if you fret for it, plan for it, lose all your terror of the opposition for it, If you simply go after that thing that you want with all your capacity, strength and sagacity, hope, confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold, poverty, sickness, or pain of the body or brain can keep you away from that thing that you want, if dogged and grim, you beseech and beset it, with the help of God, you will get it. Congratulations, class of 2025. Thank you.
You all may be seated. Thank you, Brother Green, for the encouraging words to our 2025 graduates. Will the class of 2025 please prepare for the presentation of diplomas?
Lovely Anaya Allison. Nancy Carolina Baez Carvajal. Anthony Jermaine Baldwin. Kamaya Lachey Battle Preston. Aviana Alexandria Beck. Christopher Guadalupe Benitez Artica Jr. Leland Bo Blandon. Jashawn Nevaeh Bryant. Josiah Rashawn Bryant. Celso Giovanni DeGrande Jr. Josue Ricardo Diaz Hernandez. Leasia Kimberly Nicole Dunstan. Amari Shemaya Evans. Antoine Sanchez Farmer Jr. Lizette Gomez Morales. Kentavion Denaze Grant. Jalen Anthony Gregg.
Serenity Derriere Haynes. Caden Eugene Hicks. Zakia Nairi Holden. Olivia Chantel Hopkins. Horatio Abdul Hunter. Jennifer Elizabeth Anestroza Garcia. Quentin Stefan Love. Cameron Lee Mathis. Niaja Jemiah Nicole Mitchell. Braxton Dean Mutzaba. Jacob Ryan Mutzaba. Jamari Zayshawn Parker. Matias Paston Del Rio. Damari Hakeem Pippin. Nayeli Ramirez. Jaden Ramos. Ariana Darjane Randolph. Juan Antonio Salazar. Hector Noel Sanchez Ramos. Eric Adonai Sandoval Silva. Cayman Tamari Smith. Takaya Sene Spade. Timothy Dwayne Templeton, Jr. Jalen Deshaun Townsend. Kevin Jamar Williams, Jr. Muhammad Adam Muhammad Yafi. I will now turn the program back over to Mr. Ballard.
Class of 2025, we are almost at the moment when your diplomas will officially be conferred and you will turn your tassels. Before we get there, I would like to take a moment to offer you a few words of wisdom. You have all accomplished something during your time at Tar River Academy, and you should feel very good about those things, but just remember that great accomplishments should not mark the end of the road. Rather, they should be the launching point for your next move forward. Tar River Academy Class of 2025, I need you to remember that the process of your education will not end tonight when you turn your tassels. As you go forward, I implore you to continue to explore and commit to being lifelong learners. In the words of the great physicist and scholar Albert Einstein, education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. Tar River Academy Class of 2025, please stand. By the power vested in me by the Nash County Public School Board of Education and the state of North Carolina, I now pronounce each of you graduates of Tar River Academy with all rights and privileges afforded thereby. Congratulations. You may turn your tassels. You may celebrate your graduates as we exit the auditorium.